Alright everyone, this is episode number 92 today for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix of Season 6. If you missed the previous episode at Spain, I recommend you go and check that one out before seeing this one. Especially the fact that was a comeback race to stop Lando Norris trying to run away with the championship, although he is still 28 points in front of me, which is, alarming. He still had some pace, even though we managed to overtake him and had that lock-up. R&D wise though, hi everyone, I wanted to send around an update on the estimated performance progress against our closest rivals. You can see the relative movement, over the past few races in the attached line. Any issues that you know where to reach me. Now, I got a problem with that email, Pierre. Well, as I say Pierre, I mean he's not actually French because he sounds English, but apart from that, the main problem with that is that there has been no development for any team on the grid in Season 6. So, this R&D is just a joke, Season 6. But anyway, I've bottled on far too much, I do apologise. We're into qualifying. Baku, a track that I haven't done that well at, on F122, I don't feel. I feel like there are tracks that I've probably done a lot better at. Because Baku in the past was a good track for me, but it's full of low-speed corners. And you know what the AI love? Yes, that's right. I've got to load mountain traction out of low-speed corners. This middle sector is just horrible for me. We are setting our fastest lap, as you can see, with earlier part of the session. And I'll come to why that potentially could be in a moment, but first we just got to go through the castle section, navigate there. Now this is a horrible corner, always lose traction to the AI there, even on F1 2021 that was the case there as well. Now we come up to the world's worst corner, because if you rely on the game to brake for, you are going straight on at that corner. As well, and now we're half a tenth up, and 6/10 up on our previous best time, so we're going to be somewhere in the 39s, mid 1 minute 39, so we should be ahead of Schumacher as well. Verstappen knows to a 38.7 on his first run as well. Now I should stress that the Mercedes power unit, what can we get, 217 mile an hour, not great. Now as I was entering the pits on my previous run, yes, that's right, there's been a pile-up at the castle section. Both Ferraris are out. I can't actually see. I think there's a Ferrari. Verstappen's out. Zhou is out as well. So a few people won't be able to set up their fastest runs. But it does not matter for us because we are down in P16. It's pathetic. It's horrible. I just could not improve. These tyres were cursed, this set of tyres. They just did not want to improve, give me any of the increased grip at all. They were just horrible for some reason. So in the end, we've been out-qualified by some margin by Tictum and a struggle down in P16. Not a great start to the weekend. Fortunately, this Grand Prix is a sprint in 2023, so we can do better on F123. Hamilton, though, is on the front row, so this could be interesting for him. So we'll see if we get a shock winner. It's time for the race.
Welcome to you from Azadlik Square, heart of Baku, and home, of course, of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With high speeds, tight corners, and few runoff zones, many are expecting a safety car here today. So our drivers will have to stay very much on their toes and hopefully out of the barriers. With 20 turns and a length of 3.7 miles, Baku City Circuit in the heart of the Azerbaijan capital is a real test of a driver's endurance, patience and precision. 90-degree corners through Sector 1, leading to a tightening uphill sprint as we start to circle around the old city. Then a 1.4-mile chase flat out through Sector 3 towards the finish line. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Oscar Piastri, Yuki Tsunoda, and Verstappen. Sainz, Vettel, Gasly and Kevin Magnussen, Albon, Ticktum, Esteban Ocon and Mick Schumacher, Joe, Phoenix, Lance Stroll and Robert Schwartzman, Latifi and George Russell ends our grid lineup. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. A warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who is beside me in the commentary box today. Let's talk about Phoenix. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
They've been avoiding mistakes and have had solid pace, so it's been a good season so far, but whether they can keep that up long term remains to be seen.
After the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going.
So race strategy, we're going to need all the help we can to get any sort of decent points. So we're going to start on the mediums and finish on the softs. Like we did in Spain, we'll hunt down the rest of the grid in the latter stages of this race. You know, that is the plan of action. Now, whether or not we can pull it off, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, at one point, this could be just a damage limitation to everyone else. So 5-minute lights, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and away we go. And it's the usual start. Zhou comes across to cover the inside line. I'm going to dart down the inside of Zhou as well. Can we get Ticktum as well? No, we can't. He's still going side by side with Esteban Ocon in the Alpine car. Now I'm going to try and down the inside here. Turn 2. Take a little bit curving, as did the Haas there. That's Schumacher, I think. That's a great start. Excuse me. Now down the inside of Ocon at turn 3. Third time lucky on Ocon. And we have made the position up to P14. Now we need to start getting involved. Ticktum's had a kerfuffle with Magnussen up ahead. Now can we try and make the move? Down the inside. Oh, so close to hitting the back of Magnussen there. But we have made the position. We're up to P13. That's a better start. Well, as I say, Ticktum too busy trying to fight Magnussen and not paying attention to us coming in behind. So we were a little bit too deep into that corner. But we do gain the position as well. But Ticktum, I mean, he's not done there. He wants to come back. We're just not going to allow him, basically. We've got too much. You see the top end speed. I think we've got a better setup than him. We're able to pull away on the straights as Magnussen and Schumacher are fighting all over the place. That's going to give us an advantage. Can we have a look down the inside here? Yes, we can. Lovely little move. And up to P12. As I say, that was Magnussen not being able to overtake Schumacher. That Audi engine has improved, even if the Haas Sashi is a bin bag as well. Magnussen was too preoccupied with Schumacher to be able to get. Now this is crucial for our race if we want to get points today, because Albon's 5 seconds up the road after Schumacher. So you know we're going to need this if we want to reel him in the latter stages of this Grand Prix as well. Now it's a simple move on Schumacher with a bit of DRS and ERS. 224 mile an hour. Where was that speed in qualifying? As well, Schumacher and Magnussen are just going to carry on battling without me. Ticktum's I think Ticktum's actually decided to pit early at this point, which is interesting. Ocon on mediums is being held up. That's not good for his race. As well, I was on board with Sir Lewis Hamilton. There's Leclerc, who was the race leader, but Hamilton is round the outside at turn 2, and Hamilton, once everyone makes their stops, will be the effective race leader. Just to remind you, if you have been following this career mode all the way through, the legends you are, you will remember that Lewis Hamilton has not won a race at all in this career mode. So we'll have to wait and see about that, whether Leclerc can spoil his party. For us, 2.3 second stop, we're onto the soft tyres now. What's the gap to Albon as we have a horrible pit exit there? There is Ticktum. It's 3.7, so the overcut has actually worked. 3.5. Now it's time to get the hammer down. Now, something happened to Ticktum there at turn 2. Did he ever look at a dive bomb? What was that? Damn, what was that line he was thinking of? And he's left himself, like he's going to get punished by Magnussen, who's going to get overtaken. And it's good news for us, because the man who's slowing everyone up is Sebastian Vettel. The man who's been slowing me up in the past few races is now slowing other people up for a change. So he's actually working in our favour for once, and it means that we can set a fast lap in the Grand Prix onto lap number 10 of 40.2. We now have DRS on Albon. We've closed the gap. It was 5 seconds, remember, when we overtook Schumacher. It's now half a second. Can we get Albon and hopefully Gasly? Albon would give us a point. Remember, we got fastest lap. I don't think the AI will have the pace to beat that. So I think, that's going to be an extra point at least in the bag to damage limitation Norris. We keep setting purple final sectors, even if the tyres are starting to go off now on lap number 11. Round the outside of Albon though, he has a good traction out of turn 1 though, down to turn 2, given the room on the inside. Take the outside line and a comfortable, nicely easy move there. So Albon got great traction out that corner, as of course the AI always do. But then Danny inside, we just gave him the space, pinched him slightly to the curb there, but it's good fair racing. And there's Norris pulling over to the side. Lando Norris, the championship leader, is out with the race with an engine failure. The Honda power unit has failed at a critical time, and Hamilton is still leading though. So Leclerc is second. Verstappen could benefit now. He is up the road though, but he is only past past Vettel, as we've been trying to have a look down the inside. Is Alex Albon unable to get P9 back from us? But coming up to the line then, there is Charles Leclerc. He will have DRS. Does he have enough ERS up to the line? No, he doesn't. Lewis Hamilton is a race winner once again. The first time in this career mode as we come across in P9, which after the poor qualifying, it's 3 points. It's 3 more points over Lando Norris, but it's not good enough. It's only 3 points. With an engine failure, we could have capitalised. Verstappen finished P5. He gained the most out of today and will be loving life. The fact that Norris had that failure as well. Tictum failed to score again. He really shouldn't be at the team, as he's costing us a Constructors' Championship chance. Our Drivers' Championship wise, we've been jumped by Leclerc. Even though he didn't win today, he did get a P2 and another podium. Hamilton, with his points, moves up to P9 as well. Williams is, of course, first race win of the season. Piastri, though, is P5. So, it's all still to play for there. Constructors, while we're down to P5, it's over in terms of trying to go for a third Constructors' Championship for myself is not going to happen. But yes, that could have been costly. That Norris was up in P5, P6 at the time of his retirement. Tsunoda, to be fair play to him. I haven't mentioned Tsunoda at all. He got a podium out of that. So Yuki is having the time of his life. 39 points. He scored like 50 points since the middle of last year, having not scored since season 1. He's in the form of his career mode. He's proven himself worthy and useful to McLaren in their championship fights. He may not be good as a Red Bull, but he's a good number 2, and he's got a podium today to help the team out when the engine failed for Lando. As well, Verstappen is second place with his consistency, but 3 P5s, he'll be looking for a bit better, i.e. the top step. Leclerc, 3 podiums there, and a couple of DNFs as well. 3 of the top 4 have all had DNFs so far this season. So yes, that's where I'm going to leave it today's video. If you have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and new to the channel to see plenty more F122 drive camera videos as and when they come out. Until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care, thanks so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.